last week to celebrate Women's History Month. And to honor that, we want to thank each and every one of you women out there. Thank you to all our listeners. We appreciate you all, and just keep doing you and keep shining.
So since this month is so important, we wanted to just share some different perspectives on Women's History Month and kind of just talk to you guys, get some conversations started about why it's so important. So we're going to be going around asking each other a couple questions, just to get different perspectives on, day-to-day activities and stuff like that. So I'm going to start first. And Ruby, I have this question specifically for you. And
Okay.
I feel like this is a good question for you because I've always looked up to you. So I want to know, when do you feel the most capable?
I honestly feel the most capable being a mother. To me, it just comes natural. It's the best feeling. It's most rewarding. It's honestly when I feel my best. And obviously, like, being a mother can have its challenging moments, but in the end, it's worth it. So, business aside, being a mother to me is when I do feel most capable. Yeah.
Love that.
Thank you.
Well, I like Rachel. I look up to you too, and you're
Mom.
so mom.
I'm your mom.
You're so empowering.
Oh,
So
thank you.
to if you could give advice to any other woman in your life, to empower them, right? What would you say?
First things first, never fucking give up. That's something I've always told myself. No matter what hurdles or obstacles that I faced in my life, I've always kept going. So never giving up is literally my quote for every woman. And at the end of the day, we all have just one life to live, so we want to live it to our fullest. So that would be it. Just have a goal in mind, keep moving forward, and you will make it towards the end. There is always a light at the end of the tunnel, so keep moving forward.
Period.
Okay, so I have a question for Vandy. So my question is, what are you most thankful for women in 2023?
So I'm thankful that we get a choice. We get a choice to, we have the choice, we have the freedom of, choosing what we want to do with our lives. Back then, with marriage and with, our families, from coming from culture, arranged marriage is a huge thing.
Yeah.
And, just topics like that, the freedom of choice is, very valuable.
Very true.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
While we're still on Vandy, I might as well ask her a question as well. Might as well keep the conversation going. Okay, so what do you feel are ways that we can support women in the beauty industry or just in general?
All right, so to support women in general or from the beauty industry, out of many things that we could do, just small things going on someone's social media and commenting on their photo, making them feel good, because you don't know what they're going through at home. You don't know the things that they go through at work, their everyday lives, just something small like that can do so much. Or even just reaching out and just saying hey, I see you and I see the things that you're doing to just progress with your life and stuff.
And career.
That's
really good, yeah.
Yes. So Rachel, the question for you. I would say things for women nowadays are better than how they used to be, but that doesn't mean we don't go through challenges every day. So what big challenges do you think us women go through today?
Okay, so I really have one that sticks out to me the most, and it's the fear that we feel out in public, and also just not feeling 100% safe and in our surroundings.
Oh, that's so true.
When was the last time you guys went out and felt completely at ease without having to worry about if you're going to get kidnapped, if something was going to happen, if someone was going to approach you?
Sex traffic.
Yeah, it's very rare.
So big now in Cleveland.
Yes.
To be out and about and not to have to worry about something happening or just have something in the back of your mind.
Look
Even
over your shoulder.
Last night, me and my friends, my cousins, we went out to eat, and one of our friends had to leave early, and Ash, it was dark outside, and I was you can't walk to the parking lot alone. I was what if someone takes you?
Yeah.
But that should not be a fear
Yeah.
that we actually have to think about. Like, it shouldn't even be on the table, but it is definitely a huge challenge.
Yeah.
Because
for
when
sure.
do you truly feel safe when you're out alone?
Yeah.
And it's very rare that like you actually encounter like a safe space where you don't have to worry about like things like that. So I say like that's probably one of the biggest challenges I feel as a woman, you know, in today's day and age, because I feel like violence towards women is a huge issue.
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
I think all of us women could
Yeah.
agree.
Relate to
Yeah.
that. So I wanted to ask you a question, Rachel, since we're still on
Okay.
you. Have you ever wanted to try an activity that was labeled as like a boys' activity or sport? If so, how did you feel about it, or how did it affect you?
So definitely getting into weightlifting and being in the gym. I seen it as like something. I personally didn't see it as something, but I feel like it's that stereotypical like lifting weights is usually like a male-dominated like
Yeah.
field. So when I first started going to the gym, it was about like 6 years ago. I would only do cardio. Like I was like, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna walk my treadmill, do my stairmaster, and that's it. But from the perspective of my gym, is like I could see down into the weight area, and I would watch and be like, I want to be down there doing that, but
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm supposed to do it, like what I'm supposed to do. And then when you look in that area, it was just like all guys, maybe like one
Intimidating.
girl, but like it was
Yeah.
all guys, and they're, you know, when you compare it to yourself, they're huge, and you're like, I don't know how to take up space in that area without feeling like a nuisance. So I started working with a trainer, and she helped me figure out actually like what I'm supposed to do in the gym.
Shout out to Gabby.
Yeah, thanks, Gabby. From there, you know, I got more confident in the gym, and then when I actually started lifting and started seeing muscle definition, I kept hearing a lot like, don't lift too heavy, you're going to get bulky, you're going
Yeah.
to look manly.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm never going to work hard enough to look bulky or manly. Let's just get that down. Definitely still a little struggle with it, because like sometimes I'll be in the gym and I'm like, if I'm the only girl in the weight area, and if I feel like, oh, I have to go grab weights, but I don't want to walk in front of this guy, I'm gonna like throw him off. And I have to remind myself that like I deserve to take up as much space as
they
he
do.
does,
Yeah.
as they do. I pay the same membership.
Right.
We're here at the same time. We're both here for pretty much the same reasons. So why do I feel like I don't deserve to take up space when they probably don't even think about it, that they're just there to work out?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I love
So,
that.
but honestly,
so
I fell in
true.
love with the
Yes,
gym.
yes.
So relatable.
Love lifting, and even though and I feel like today it's like definitely more open. A lot more women are in the gym and lifting weights.
Yeah.
love
But I
to
still
see
feel like
that.
it's like a male-dominated area, and I feel like I definitely starting to feel more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
That's
that's
good.
really
though.
great
That is
answer.
very good.
So Ruby, I have one more question to ask you, and it's,
Shoot.
what is one change that can make the future better for women, in your opinion?
Oh my God. Number one for sure is gender equality. I'm sure we can agree on that. And also put an end to sexism, sexist exploitation, oppression, and just to achieve like gender equality in law and practice, because till now, this day and age, 2023, men are still getting paid more than women in certain fields and stuff. And you know, we see it all the time. We hear about it, we read it in the news, and so yeah, those main like topics are like the biggest things that I wish that, you know, those changes can be done to help the future for women. So
That's good.
Spoken like a philosopher.
I know.
For real.
right?
I'm like, okay, professional. You should wear my glasses.
And he's like,
I should have put your glasses on for that.
You're like, okay.
Answer. I'm like, actually.
So Rachel, moving back to you, if you could choose anybody, who is your favorite woman TV character?
Okay, so my
Rude.
favorite.
She's like, where do I start?
Okay, it's Sailor Moon. Okay, do you remember the show?
Yeah, the
Sailor
girl with
Moon?
the blonde hair.
Yes. Okay, Sailor Moon. And I don't know when exactly it came out, but it came out when I was like really little, and I wanted to be her so bad. Like her and her crew.
Yeah.
The Sailor Scouts. Like when I tell you, because like it was, you know, the only like shows I watched when I was little was Sailor Moon or Dragon Ball Z. So like Sailor Moon was like
Dragon
the
Ball Z.
first like strong and I say strong in quotes because she was stupid, female lead in like a show, and you know, she still had like this feminine aspect to her. It would be like, but go out there and like kick ass.
Yeah.
So I always looked up to her, and I was like, that's what I want to be like. And I think even till like today, like I just love that, you know, she was from my childhood, and I just like looked up to her. And just seeing her, you know, run around and fighting people in skirts and waving around little wands.
Literally. To transform.
Like, while
They're
still
like,
saving the world. Like,
That's
I
cute.
just was, like, so, like, in love. And she's definitely still, like, one of my favorite, like, women TV characters.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Wow, Rachel. I love that it's not like a real, like, you know, like
Actual person.
person.
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
Like, it's different. I like that.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Okay, so last question. We'll go to Vandy. So my question to you is, what does it mean to be a strong woman? What is your definition?
All right, Ruby, that is a great question. So, to gain strength through your life, you have to realize and admit the struggles you're going through first. Instead of giving up, we should push through that. And when we do that, we turn into a whole different version of ourselves. So, like a version, like a strong person and a strong woman.
Wow.
It's very true.
So much insight. I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I think now, with closing this episode, we wanted to share some of our favorite quotes from women, a quote that inspires us all. So if Rachel, you want to share your quote?
Yeah, so my quote is from Paloma Greer, and it says, "Let go of who you are today to become who you want to be."
Oh, wow.
And I feel like that's very spot on with like my life journey that I'm going through right now. So I thought that like really spoke to me.
Yeah, that's a really great one. So my quote is from Rihanna, and
I love that.
all right. And I love this. There's something special about a woman who dominates in a man's world. It takes a certain grace, strength, intelligence, fearlessness, and the nerve to never take no for an answer.
I love that.
That's
That is so you.
good, right?
Yeah.
I love that. I thought that was such a great quote.
Yeah.
And she definitely rocked it in
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
and
what
then
a-
she had a baby in her.
Right.
Like,
a whole
like,
baby
a whole
in her.
baby.
Definition of a strong woman right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Killed the Super Bowl. She killed her Super Bowl performance while she was pregnant, and we give her props.
Chef's kiss. So lastly, my quote is by Audrey Hepburn, and she says that I believe in being strong when everything seems to be going wrong. I believe that happy girls are the prettiest girls.
I love that.
Aw, I want that on a shirt.
Isn't it cute?
That's so cute.
Yeah.
That's so true.
I would wear it to the gym.
All right, guys. Well, that is the end of our podcast. Thank you so much for listening. And if you guys wouldn't mind leaving us a review. And also, I have a question for everyone. I want to know, have you guys ever heard of the Goku versus Sailor Moon debate on who would win in a
No.
fight? I would love everyone if they could drop in the review if they would rather have Goku or Sailor Moon win.
Well,
Or if they thought Goku or Sailor Moon would win and why. And best answer will get a shout out in our next podcast.
Yes.
All right, thank you guys so much for listening and have a nice day.
Bye.
thank you. Bye.